Hi, I'm Crystal Tate, and today I have with me the Bell family. They're one of the families that are seniors right now, and they're going to share their experience with working with us through the college planning process. So, first off, I just wanted to ask you guys, what led you to seek some help in this process?
I'll go first because I think for me, the first thing was just being overwhelmed at the prospect of trying to navigate the college process by ourselves, and feeling like there's good information out there, and I could probably do a lot of research, but it just seemed more important to go with someone who was an expert in the field and could guide us through the application process, the financial process, the essay process, all of that stuff. And so it was just important to have somebody to help us along the way, I think.
Okay, and then what overall, how would you describe your experience in having worked with me and Karen and just kind of getting all of those things done that you just mentioned?
Our experience was excellent. I mean, all the steps that we needed to take were explained to us from the beginning. We knew what to expect. It was all broken down, like what we would start with, what would be kind of the middle process, what we would be looking at along the way, and knowing that while we were months out, that there were just still things along the way that we needed to do, but knowing that was what we were needing to do. And all that was really just made it such a smooth process for us.
And
And,
Caitlin, oh, go ahead.
and I was just going to say, and having like the monthly meetings on different topics and whatnot was really nice. And then if you didn't have the availability to attend each and every one of them, that they were recorded and available to look at when you had time to check those.
And Caitlin, if another student was watching this, what would you share was some of the more beneficial pieces in the process for you?
Definitely some of the like more beginning steps, I would say, like taking like the diagnostic test to see if the SAT or ACT was better, I would definitely say was helpful. Because a lot of people don't know what they think is better for them. And also just kind of like getting a general idea of what do different schools look like, what kind of things do they have to offer. Like I remember when we first started everything, trying to figure out what is it that I would like in a school. And I think learning that at the beginning was really helpful for setting me up for success later. Looking for, okay, I can cross this one off my list because I don't like it that it does this or that it has this. So that was definitely helpful in the beginning process of everything for me.
And can you share a little bit too of what we were talking about in regards to why we picked Regis? Like, what was our driving factor for kind of share a little bit about that process for you?
So my biggest thing for me was definitely I wanted to go out of state somewhere and just experience something different. So that is what really drew me to them in the first place. But that they were a small private Jesuit college, I really like. I think all my colleges or almost all of them that I applied to were smaller Jesuit schools. But that's something I really wanted and something I really valued there. And again, just like with that, the small class sizes, the being directed like right into my major was something I was really looking into. And just yeah, I mean, yeah, they were really good. They're a really good option for me. And I just think they highlighted what I wanted in terms of like their outdoor program, for me personally. And just again, like they're rated for the last like 5 years, they're like the #1 nursing college in the state of Colorado. So that really drew me in there. Just overall, all that stuff kind of really made me want to go there over everywhere else.
Yeah. And one of the exciting pieces is that we got a really nice scholarship. So it's a very similar cost to go there after we figure out travel stuff as it is to stay here in state. So you get
Yeah, one of my best friends actually, she's going to UW and her price with even the in-state benefit is like maybe $1,000 cheaper than mine. So it's about the exact same, even though mine's a private university.
Yeah, which is super fun.
Yeah, that was one thing I wanted to say too, is that I didn't realize until we started working with you that you could attend a private college for pretty close to the same price as a public university, if that's something you wanted to do. Because not knowing any of this, you look at the price tag and you're like, holy smokes, I'm never going to be able to make this work. And not realizing that you do get, financial offers and whatnot to go there, based on grades and, whatever, some other achievements and whatnot. And that, just knowing that and being able to then, put that on our radar as far as schools to apply to was great, because we never knew that before.
Yay. So, and I don't know if you guys have ever looked at or had other families that have been working with other college planners, but my question is just kind of, if in general, if you've talked to anybody, what would you say sets us apart in this process, or if you have any feedback on that?
I really didn't have a lot of experience with other college planners, other than just kind of looking at, that there was other folks out there. But I have to say that what sets you apart is the team of experts that you have available, yourself, working with Drew on the FAFSA stuff, working with Karen on the essay, just the people that you have as part of the group and that are available, are responsive, allow you to ask, lots of questions, even sometimes if it's more than once, and not make you feel like anything you asked wasn't a good question and whatnot. And so I think, what sets you apart is that you have all these experts that, and it's just felt very well-rounded, like everything was covered, and each person that you spoke with at each step of the way was truly an expert in their field. So
Great. Thanks for sharing. Is there anything else that you want to add before we wrap up for today?
For me, I just want to say that I am really grateful that you were the one who actually recommended Regis to me in the first place. Because when I first started, I only had like a couple schools in mind, and I just wasn't sure about all of them. And then you recommended Regis to me, and looking into it in schools similar to them. And just from that, I like kept them in my process the entire time, and they just kept piquing my interest more and more. And I would have never gone there or probably found them if I hadn't had you guys. Because even at like college fairs that I went to, they were only at one of them out of like 3 different ones. It was a smaller fair that they were at. So I wouldn't have really heard of them or like paid much attention to them prior to having you guys. So I'm really grateful that I got recommended it, so I could have, made the decision to go there.
Cool.
yeah. I would also add lastly too, that I appreciated having, like, because I made a note of that, like a package deal, where you could, pay for all of the, steps along the way, FAFSA help, essay help, and all that, and have that all in one package. And then, or if, somebody felt like they could navigate some of the other stuff themselves, that you did have a la carte too, and that, somebody could choose just to get help with one thing, or maybe just a couple things, and not necessarily have to obligate themselves to everything. Although for those who are watching this, I would say that the amount you will pay is totally invaluable. It is so worth every penny that we paid, and I would do it all over again. In a heartbeat. I have, said to family and friends that thing, and we learned so much, just not only about the colleges she was applying to, but just what going to college means. It's very different from when I went many moons ago to college. And so, just really a super invaluable service. And I think, anybody who would use you would be super pleased.
Well, thank you, Lori and Caitlin. I greatly appreciate it. And we will be with you guys next time when we have our next family testimonial.